Good evening. Here is the news. Yesterday, several men and women whose children aren't returning to their private educational facilities until September at the earliest told the plebs to send their kids back to school. This is because money for business owners is more important than proletariat lives, and if the kids spread coronavirus to their working parents, that's okay. There are plenty of unemployed people to fill their cold, dead shoes. The important thing is to get people back to work so that business owners can resume making lots of money from the sweat of other people's brows. Union leaders from all over the nation were heard to quote Tony Benn's famous line, "Your people invest their money, my people invest their lives." But it seems that the money investors have it. Or have they? Nobody believes a word that comes out of government anymore. Even their own scientists know the Prime Minister and Cabinet Ministers are talking bollocks and are beginning to have the courage to say so. We won't even have Boris's famous world-beating track and tracing app before at least the end of June, according to Baroness Harding, who's in charge of the project. That's because we're still waiting for Faculty AI, the business run by Dominic Cummings' mate, to develop the app. The app which also tracks all sorts of information, and that is developed and run by the same people who use tracking algorithms to manipulate public opinion for the Brexit referendum and the last general election too. Now we're being encouraged to give them our health data, despite their links with American health insurance firms. But don't worry, that's not ominous at all. It's just world-beating. Actually, the only world-beating thing we've been able to manage so far is the highest death rate. And our death rate isn't only high per capita, it's high in real numbers too. The UK has more coronavirus-related deaths than the whole of Europe put together. Or as Boris puts it, we've managed to avoid the catastrophe that has overwhelmed so many other countries. Boris has so far neglected to tell us exactly which other countries he's referring to. We're now at level 4 of the 5-level route map that Boris presented as a plan for getting out of lockdown. As I said at the time, the real analysis will happen once we begin to implement it. The devil's in the detail. So what happens at level 4 according to this map? Lockdown. What are we told to do? Ease lockdown even further. We're at level 4 and our government is asking us to behave as if we were at level 1 or 2. Fortunately for the nation's sacrificial plebs though, most parents opted to let good sense prevail and refused to send their children back to school, with the death rate still high. Higher than it was when we entered lockdown. And the government's still lying about the figures to make themselves look good. It will be interesting to see how the government responds to this turn of events. Will they claim that everyone's complied with their ruling anyway? Will they complain that nobody believes them? Or will they try to make it compulsory to send our kids into the melting pot of coronavirus infection regardless? If that happens, will the courts be overwhelmed before the NHS? I wonder. Either way, it's going to be an interesting few days and weeks ahead. Oh yes, and did I mention that we're fucked?